So we're going to try something a little bit different today. I have never touched UV resin in my life, but I saw a different YouTuber do something interesting with the eyes. And as you can see, I kind of have these bigger eyes. You may have seen the smaller ones used in my cat video. And I just want to see if I can make this work the way they did. So I'm going to add a little bit of that in. That's what I saw. That is what I've seen other people do. I don't think it takes very much. Well, it comes out easy enough. Let me just see if I can nudge that into there. Okay, at least it looks like I've chosen the right size of eye. It looks like it fits, so that's exciting. Because if I can get this to just come out the way I want it to, that is going to look so cool. A little note while I'm recording this video, something that I should have done that I didn't do, that I recommend you guys do if y'all are going to try this, is take a thin like little ink pen and draw where the irises are so that your stuff doesn't end up cross-eyed. Luckily this frog did not, but I'm just telling you it's a good idea to avoid some confusion. Because I had to kind of double check here for a moment and think about it. Right side, I can boast that yes, my memory is that good. Because the eyes did come out aligned. Just gonna tap, tap, tap that to get that in good. And it looks like they're staying put, so hooray! So I have a confession to make. I was almost too embarrassed to post this video. And I'll explain. And it's because I kind of dove headfirst into UV resin without considering the UV part of the name. It's actually important. And that you need UV to cure this. It's not just a fast curing resin. Yeah, I did that. But I decided, because this project still came out stunning, and I was still able to get the resin to cure, even without a lamp, just on the off chance somebody made the same mistake I did, and they're kind of spinning their wheels, being like, oh crap, I have this UV resin that I opened before I had any UV lamp or anything to cure it with. What do I do? I'll show you how I managed to cure mine without the lamp. And some of you that are familiar with how this works probably already know. Or it's clicking and the light bulbs going off in your head because UV. Where else would you get another source of UV? These mica powders, though, we'll get to the curing. We'll get back to that. These mica powders here are also Let's Resin. I think the UV resin I used is also the Let's Resin brand. And we're using these chameleon mica powders, which are really some of my favorite, because you can see as I lay the colors down, they show up so vibrant, and they stay and hold well in the mold so well. And sometimes you get powder that it looks well in the mold and it doesn't cure as nice. These ones always come out looking amazing. So I really cannot recommend them enough. If you're looking to do your first mica powder mold, I highly recommend these. They always come out looking well. I've never had any regrets when using them. So the two colors I'm using here, this bluish kind of violet looking one is actually a grape color. It's actually one of the very nicer purples that come in the chameleon batch, and it's going to blend with this magenta very well, as you'll see. Luckily for me, I was very careful. Even though I didn't understand that I basically had resin there that wasn't doing much of anything, of keeping it away from the eyes and not disturbing the eyes. Also, my little VOC air filter didn't go off. So when it's uncured, it must have very low VOC or no VOC. So that was interesting because it never kicked on. Has anyone else tried the Resiner's VOC filter? If you did, let me know what you think about it. It's a really cool little machine, and I'll link it in the comment section. And now we're getting to the part where I show you how I got this cured. Direct sunlight. And I think I eventually moved downstairs to my porch, and I just left it out there for a few hours. It eventually did cure. So as long as you're not having an overcast day, you'll be fine. You can get this to work. And now we have some cured eyeballs. So I'm going to continue to finish painting very carefully around that dried resin. Because even though it's dry, it might still pop loose. I don't want to do that. It defeats the purpose of gluing it down. And now I just got to pick out some colors for my leaf. And I think I want to keep using those chameleon colors because they're so pretty. But let me finish up here first. I eventually decided to go with the champagne color from the chameleon powders to kind of do the little spines on the leaf. I think it's going to really complement those other cool to warm sort of tones I have going on there. So now we got to make the main color of the leaf, and I figured I'd go with an orange. I'm feeling orangey about this. And I think I'm probably going to go ahead and choose the darker one because I think the lighter one against the champagne is just going to be too much light on light. But I think the darker orange and the champagne color ought to give us more of a contrast for this leaf. I'm actually starting to get Lisa Frank vibes from this. Remember those retro stickers from the 90s? I used to love those when I was a kid. But this is what that reminds me of, some of those retro 90s stickers. Which is awesome. I'm not going to complain about that at all. I'm really liking how different this color scheme is from the last two frogs that I did on my channel. I had done one that was more of a traditional green frog on a leaf, and then I did another one that was a blue. But this by far is the most, I think, tropical, retro, Lisa Frank looking frog I've ever made, and I'm really loving every minute of it, despite the little mishap with the UV resin. And it's just getting all those little cracks there. I want to make sure I get all the corners because we don't want to have any pure white corners, though I don't know, that's a choice. I might try that one day. I'll try everything just to see what it comes out looking like. And the next time I do this UV stuff, I'm definitely going to have a lamp. Actually, while I hurry up and I finish painting this leaf, let me advise you on what kind of UV lamp to actually buy. You're going to want one of those two-sided hooded ones. Don't get an open UV lamp. It sucks. It didn't work out. I thought I had a bad batch of UV resin. I'll show you which one I used, and it like cured it, and it cures stuff in 3 minutes. It's great. I'll save you the trouble and the research and the potential headache of having to look for all of that. And there we are. It turned out excellent. Despite the fact I didn't know what I was doing, it turned out excellent. I'm going to have to sand that little piece up there, but that's okay. That's nothing. Oh, I'm just so glad that the UV resin actually cured. I have a little bit of bubbles on that eye, but that's okay. You can hardly see it. Oof! Despite everything, I got through that, and it's beautiful, which is really all that I can ask for. And if you love it, like and subscribe. If anything, I've proved with this video you can make multiple mistakes and still get to this. And also, I haven't forgotten about the alcohol, ink, and resin tutorial I promised. I am going to get to it. I haven't forgotten. I had an art festival this weekend, and I had to prioritize making stuff for the festival over making tutorial, but now I've got some free time. I can give it the attention it deserves. And I'm definitely going to be trying the UV again, and next time I'm going to show you how it works with a lamp and what lamp I got. And also, I'm going to link everything in the comments, so if you're looking for supplies, you don't have to wait for that video to drop. But if you've made it with me this far, please like and subscribe. It will help my small channel grow. And I'm going to see you guys in the next art story. Probably either the alcohol ink tutorial or some more UV resin. Depends on what my schedule allows. But I'll see you soon in the next art story. Bye for now.